Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show, the HHW Show podcast. Tune in to us, subscribe to us. We're on the YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, and yes, our website, HHWShow.com. On this episode, we're going to be talking about the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. We know one half of who's going to the final. Who is the other half? Who is the other superstar that's going to go against the Raw winner? That's right. And also the takeaway, brothers fighting brothers? Is that what's going on in the bloodline? I don't know about you, but things are looking very, very fugly. That's right. I said it right. Fugly. Hector, I need your help on this one, man, because things are getting interesting. And we got one official match card, and we're about to find out a lot more coming up. But first, the heavyweight championship. Let me go ahead and tune in real quick right here. As you can see, and I'll blow it up real quick. On Monday Night Raw, Seth freaking Rollins ended up winning the Raw side of the house, and he's in the finals, and he's going to be at Night of Champions to be one of two going after the heavyweight championship.
Yeah, and I like it. I mean, it was very interesting that they put him and Balor together, knowing what happened almost 7 years ago with the Universal Championship title and everything. But I'm glad that Judgment Day stood away from that. It was just Balor doing his thing, and how he got invertedly curb stomped and then turned around and got curb stomped. I was like, whoa, that was a first for me.
Yes, that was
a first.
I do have Seth freaking Rollins winning the whole entire tournament. I think he is well deserved. He is the face of Raw, so he should win, and that's what I'm basing on right there. Is that no matter how many losses, no matter how many wins, the crowd is still on Seth freaking Rollins' side. Yeah, on the other side, we have two triple threat matches. We have AJ Styles, Edge, and Rey Mysterio, and then Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, and Sheamus. My prediction is already out there on HHWShow.com, and I'll tell you right now, and you tell me if you agree or disagree. But I have AJ Styles making it all the way and will face Seth Rollins in the finals.
I do agree with that. Looking at that first triple threat, you can almost say that AJ Styles is going to be the heel here, because the OC's back. They coming back with a whole different attitude on SmackDown. You got to think he's the heel here. And the only one, you think that'd be a disadvantage because you got Edge and Rey Mysterio. Well, I take Rey Mysterio out of this equation. Edge, well, that could be a little here as far as him having redemption and trying to make a comeback and try to win the heavyweight title. You see, but I think AJ Styles is going to find a way of winning this match and keeping Edge out of the equation and probably taking out Rey Mysterio, because Rey Mysterio has been dropping a lot lately since he became a Hall of Famer.
Well, I mean, in due time, I think he'll fade away a little bit and actually fully retire. But I think Dominic Mysterio is going to interfere with his dad, right? And take him out. But Edge is also included, so what's not to say that
it'll be a distraction.
Yeah, but AJ Styles comes out winning because of the distraction. Right. And then you also have the OCs there. Will they be by his side, or will they let AJ Styles handle his business on his own? On the other side, it's hard to pick because, look, you got Austin Theory, the United States champion. How he got in there, I don't know. Is that a Vince McMahon move? That's all I want to know. But then Bobby Lashley, Sheamus, now both Bobby and Austin Theory got a lot of history with each other. But then there's Sheamus. And originally I got Austin Theory squeezing by because Austin Theory is Austin Theory. But could he do it twice in a row? Can he go back-to-back triple threat matches and do what he do?
No, I've got Sheamus winning this match.
I thought about that just now.
You're putting Theory in the ring again with Lashley again in a triple threat match again. Lashley is more focused, I think, on Theory than he is anything else. I think that's just the case. That he is focused on getting rid of this kid, and that's going to leave Sheamus to pick up the victory. And
if I was Bobby Lashley, I mean, I would have been like, look, screw the United States title. There's something bigger than that, and that is Roman Reigns.
Had they put Theory in the other bracket, then that can take Lashley's attention off of that for a minute. But he is going to be focused on Theory. That's going to be a distraction. I think that's going to give Sheamus the advantage to win that match and take on AJ Styles. And, you got to play the factor of heel versus face here, okay? How you match this up? You see what I'm saying? Bobby Lashley, to me, doesn't make sense against an AJ Styles. You see, Austin Theory and Edge doesn't make any sense. You see, since Theory is the only heel in that match. You see, so you try to put the equation here a little bit. I think it makes a little more sense for Sheamus to give him that little bit of push. But at the end, I think it comes down to him and AJ, because you got the OCs and you got the Brawling Brutes. It could be coming something that way. Right. Something, you see?
I got you.
I got Sheamus winning that match. And then, of course, I got AJ beating Sheamus.
All right, I got Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Right. They have history with one another, and because of the way it's structured, Seth Rollins will remain. Of course, will be on Raw. He is the face. I just don't see AJ Styles bring the OCs back to the Raw side of the house. No. But because of that tournament, we got our first official match at Night of Champions. It'll be Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. I don't know the stipulation, but I'm sure that something's got to give and more buildup is going to happen. And it's pretty soon. It's only a couple of weeks away on that. And as you can see, Lesnar pretty busted up, man, for the aftermath of the backlash. But Cody Rhodes is just taking a nap right there, man.
Yeah, I wonder what he's in dream world over there. Look, unless your name is Goldberg, you're not going to get too many advantages over Brock Lesnar consecutively here. And I think Brock is coming out for revenge here.
Absolutely.
It's going to be bad on Cody Rhodes here. This may be Cody Rhodes' second singles loss since his comeback. Yeah. Brock is not going to be playing around.
Talking about comebacks, Roman Reigns was making his return on Friday Night SmackDown, and he's going to have a lot of words, and mainly about his own family. As you can see here, this is our takeaway, and we're going to break it down to you right now. On WWE WrestleMania Backlash, there was a 6-man tag that involved the Usos and Solo Sikoa. Now, during that match, Solo Sikoa was so frustrated that he almost took out his own brother, Jey Uso. As you can see in the picture right there, Jey Uso is just telling Solo Sikoa where he's supposed to stand. Yo, I'm your big brother. The hell with Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. I'm your big brother. You gonna listen to him? Dude, we got a match. But eventually, Solo Sikoa took things in his own hands and won the match for the Usos. Which brings us to our takeaway here as what's really going on and how can the family resolve their issues?
Roman Reigns is the equation, is the X factor on all this. He's not even their blood brother, and he's the one. He's the puppet master with all this, and I try to think about what can cause siblings to fight, especially being adults, because Solo is, I want to say 8 years the younger brother of the twins. Okay. So there's an age gap there, and, you can go back to being the childhood, and talk about, sibling conflicts back then, but, that could have been unresolved going up into the adulthood situation, and, because as adults, I'm thinking, brothers, siblings, they can fight about a lot of things. They can have a lot of conflicts about life decisions. They can have unresolved issues growing up, and then it just carries on from childhood to where they are now. They're having different, you got to know they have different personalities. Jay being a twin and Solo just being the younger sibling of twins, they got to be different personalities, different values there, but it could be a power struggle. Solo is the enforcer of the bloodline, but Jey Uso is one of his older brothers. And Jay's trying to, I guess, there could be a power struggle between Jay and Roman, and Solo's getting caught in it. He's getting frustrated. He probably don't even know who to listen to. Do I listen to Roman, the tribal chief? Do I listen to my older brother? Because Jimmy's not getting involved in this, and he's the older of the twins, and he's not even getting in between his two brothers and trying to squash this. He's letting Jay and Solo take care of this situation for some reason.
Right. Absolutely. But let me call on somebody else that could give us a big insight on the bloodline. Frankie, what's happening?
What's up, Frankie?
What's happening?
Frankie doesn't look like me with that bald head of his.
Hey, I know. I might as well join the club, man. I mean, good Lord. Even though I'm funny looking bald head, man. I mean,
oh, well, you're funny looking anyways.
Oh, there you go. All right, Frank. Listen, we're talking about the bloodline. We're talking about what had happened during WWE WrestleMania Backlash with Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso, which Solo was about to give him the stinger with his thumb, right? But it didn't happen. Words got exchanged. Where the question is how could the bloodline solve their issues right now?
How could they solve their issues? Would be for Roman Reigns to say, okay, I'm no longer the tribal chief, because I was listening to what Hector was saying, and he has a point, right? With Solo. Solo has his big brothers that have always been big brothers, and big brothers are always the ones that lead their younger brothers. Now they're in a group where the big brothers are not the leaders. So Solo is listening to Roman. Jimmy's getting upset because, hey, I'm the bigger brother. You gotta listen.
Not Jimmy, Jay.
I'm sorry, Jay. So at the end of it, it's a big family mess. And Solo's caught in the middle of it because he doesn't know who to listen to now. Do I listen to my big brother, or do I listen to the tribal chief, my cousin? My big cousin, right?
Well, I mean, when it comes to that type of family, Roman Reigns was acknowledged by all the families, even the generation before that. Roman Reigns is the tribal chief, and that everyone in the family has to respect the tribal chief. And so when it comes to that type of incident, right? When it comes to that type of family, like there's like this monarchy that's happening in that family. Like you have to respect the tribal chief or you get ousted, right? And I think that's what Roman Reigns is trying to do, is oust Jey Uso. And he probably commanded Solo Sikoa on Friday Night SmackDown to go after his big brother and take him out. But instead of taking him out, he got taken out by Matt Riddle. So that's why Paul Heyman is saying we have to solve this riddle. We have a KO problem. We have a Sami Zayn problem. All that stuff. And it wasn't, the mission's not complete. Let's put it that way. And I got a feeling that on Friday Night SmackDown, Roman Reigns is going to do something. Something's got to happen. Or will there be a match, Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at Night of Champions?
I think eventually that's got to happen. And that's going to put Solo in a position.
But we already seen that already. Like Roman Reigns doesn't want rematches anymore. He's done that already.
But he has rematches.
But that's what he's trying to stay away from now. Because you remember, every time he has a match with someone, if they lose, they're not allowed to go after the belt anymore. Kevin Owens can't go back. Who else? Brock Lesnar can't go back. Edge can't go after that no more. So like there's some lists and stuff, and he's gonna be like, maybe, or could we have Jey Uso versus Solo Sikoa?
That we might have.
You want a piece of me, go against your brother, beat him on Friday Night SmackDown, and then if you win, then you could go after me.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No,
I think Roman Reigns is going to put. I think Roman's going to put Solo in the situation where he's going to wind up having Solo turn on him.
you
Oh,
think
for
Solo is going to turn on Roman Reigns?
I think he's going to get to that point. Roman is going to make himself fall, because at the end of the day, you cannot make blood brothers turn against each other. Solo's never acknowledged the tribal chief.
No, he's always been quiet.
Exactly.
yeah, he's never said
But
anything.
why? But why was he going to go after his brother? What was he
He's
supposed to
conflicted.
do
He's
on Friday
conflicted.
Night SmackDown to go after his brothers?
He's conflicted.
Maybe he has orders to go after his brother.
That's what I mean. The only orders that come is Roman Reigns. I mean, it can't be Paul Heyman because he
No.
doesn't pull the string.
That's just
You know
the
what I
wise
mean?
man.
And he hasn't
So-
done it yet because of his relationship with his brother. It's his brother. He hasn't pulled the trigger yet because it's hard. If it was anybody else, he would have pulled the trigger.
Mm.
And why just Jay, not Jimmy? Why is he not trying to attack Jimmy?
And Jimmy's like one of those brothers. Like, yo, man, come on, man. Let's just do it together. Like,
Okay,
Because
but if
not
Solo
a
is
not
like-
a problem solver. Not a
Jay-
problem solver. He's a follower and goes
Okay.
wherever he goes.
Yeah,
That's
but
Jimmy.
But if Solo hits Jay, you don't think Jimmy's going to get involved? That's his twin. I guess Solo's his younger brother, but you talking about his twin.
I don't
What
know,
has
man.
more precedence over the other?
But Jimmy's been at first Jimmy was against Roman Reigns,
Yeah, he
right?
was.
And then now it's like I'm all in with Roman, but like I said, he's a follower. He's not making decisions. Only Jay's making decisions. Only Jay is trying to be that wise man. You know what I mean? And a lot has to deal with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn painted the picture, and everything that he said is coming out the truth.
I think
Everything that's happening, Sami Zayn said it was going to happen.
I think at the end of the day, Jimmy's going to have Jay's back, just like Jay didn't give up on Jimmy. And if Solo attacks Jay, Jimmy's going to get involved.
I don't know about that
And-
because again,
and I don't
you're
think
going
Solo
back to
wants that.
brothers. You're going back to brothers, and I'm sorry, but whenever I fought with one of my brothers, my other brother never got involved.
But these are
So-
twins. I think there's a different
And-
connection between
no.
twins.
There is a different connection within twins. Okay, there is. But if your brother and my look at that, I'm pointing my finger too, right? So when that happens, the other one's not going to get involved because that's a sibling rivalry. It's a sibling fight.
But why is Jimmy then not being the bigger of the three brothers and trying to intervene and be the peacemaker here?
Simple.
Maybe we'll
because-
get something like that on Friday Night SmackDown because again, Jimmy didn't see that happen. By the time the fight was over, he got back in the ring and he was looking at both and he was like, yo, we won, you know, like let's go. And like he's like that lost child, like I don't know what's going on, but as soon as we get backstage, then I'll find out what's going on. And then we'll get the voice of Jimmy to see if he puts some common sense into his brothers. But there's a lot of unsaid things, and this is pretty hard because I mean, one, we have to understand how does that type of family run business. You know, we could sit here and talk about how we run our own business in our own household, right? How we Hispanics deal with it, you know, in our home. But over there, the Samoans, I don't know, man. I don't know how they do things, how they solve things, right? But you look at the perspective like, yo, we're brothers, you know, we're supposed to stick together. We family. We're like blood family. We're listening to our cousins. Well, our cousins probably whacked right now. Like, you know, we're raised different, you know, but you're talking about again a monarchy family that there's a tribal chief and he runs things and everything goes through him, you know. And Roman Reigns is very manipulative because he will persuade you to go one way. He's been good at that, right? And that's how he started the bloodline.
But an empire eventually got to fall, and it only
You're
takes
right.
one person to crumble that empire. And if Jimmy remembers how it all got started, he would know that Jay could be the one that can end this all eventually. He would just need to make sure that Solo is not with Roman when this happens.
Well, I mean,
Strength in numbers, man.
they could persuade Solo. I mean, Solo got some moves, man. Solo got more. I think he is more talented than the Usos. You know, the Usos are more tag team, right? And you notice that Jay does not have what it takes to beat Roman Reigns. They fought already.
I think Jay
You know what I
got what
mean?
it takes.
I
He
think
hung-
so.
he
I
hung-
think
he hung in there.
Solo. I think Solo is the guy that could take down Roman Reigns.
He may have the power, but he don't have the athleticism.
Hey, who
I
said
think
you need
he's pretty
athleticism?
athletic.
I think he got more than what it shows as of late. But we'll leave it like that. We'll see. Like I said, on Friday Night SmackDown, we'll see what Roman Reigns has to say and how he could try to piece the bloodline together if that's what he chooses.
Yeah.
Right. But again, it's very interesting to see how everything plays out. And once again, you're listening to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show, the HHW Show podcast. Visit our website, hhwshow.com, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, and you can follow me on Twitter, OVI_HHW Show.